Hey everyone, welcome to the Asynchronous Learning with Private Podcasting, a webinar presented by Castos.com. Appreciate everybody being here today and tuning in to this experience as part of our Step Away experience here at Castos.com, trying to get your employees, teams, staff, members out of their seats and learning through audio form, through audio messaging or audio podcasting with some of the private podcasting tools that we offer here at Castos. So let's go ahead and dive right into asynchronous learning with private podcasting and seeing if this platform is right for you. So asynchronous audio learning, can private podcasting help? Well, obviously you're in the right place because the answer is yes. And we're biased because we have the tools, but we do think it's very powerful and allows you to offer not only a new way of learning, but a new way of remote working. A lot of the Step Away experience is about giving value to your employees and your staff to consume content that they would otherwise be sort of locked to their desk or on a video call. And that's some of the stuff that we're going to explore today. So, of course, why private podcasting? Why private podcasting at Castos? First and foremost, it's a mobile-first approach. So if you're a podcast listener now, you know that when you're consuming podcast and audio content, you're doing things. You're working out, you're going for a walk, you're cleaning the house, et cetera, et cetera. This is content that is made for you to be consuming on the go. Largely not a lot of us are commuting these days, and that used to be one of the major places that content was consumed. But now podcasting is sort of everywhere, and even more so in smart speakers and in the home. This is a prime opportunity for asynchronous learning, because what we encourage here at Castos is that step away experience. We want folks to get away from the calendar, being confined to the time blocking, again, to those Zoom meetings, and take this audio education, whatever that audio education means to you, take it on the go. Again, mobile first. From a pure sort of strategic point, audio is more friendly than video. So a lot of education has been done through the form of video. And while that's still powerful and still effective in a few verticals, audio is just easier. So when it comes time to evaluate the types of content you'll use for onboarding and education and enablement, video, while powerful and exciting, is very expensive, very time-consuming, and audio is just way easier to do things that eventually be more effective and more fun. Speaking of effective, it's also much more cost-effective. So not only is audio much more cost-effective than video, our private podcasting solutions are going to be much more effective than if you were to pick a full-blown learning management system that needed to be licensed and supported and trained, or you had to have your staff trained on how to use it. It's a whole other ballgame when you get into the realm of online education through a lot of these other robust portals that are out there. Yes, they're very powerful, but you could take a year onboarding staff just to figure out how to use that platform, where I think many people can be hip to the fact that you throw some earbuds in your ears and start learning and being educated on the go. And largely your audience already has access. Many of your team and your organization, they already have mobile phones or mobile devices, and they can listen to this stuff. And of course, with whatever they might have at home through smart speakers and connected speakers and other access to audio, they have the stuff, they have the tools that's needed. It's not an overwhelming mechanism to support for your own internal team. And you're giving them options. Again, this can be a supplemental approach to what you already have. Again, if I go back to the video training, a lot of these videos can't be replaced because they're visual learning aids, and you just literally need to see this stuff to learn it. This could be something of a supplementary course. And again, given the cost associated with audio compared to many other forms of producing educational content, this stuff is quite affordable. And creating content is fun. So once you get through the initial hurdles of shipping audio to your organization or to your team, you can start to get creative, it can be more fun to create these types of content, and largely people start to get really excited about creating audio content for their team. So use the content you already have. Here's 4 ways to create content for your private podcast. This is arguably the biggest hurdle once you have buy-in on audio as a educational form of deliverable. Use the content you already have. Where do we get this content from? Oh my God, you're asking me to create a podcast. What do I have to do that? Is it scripts? Is expensive microphones we have to buy? Are there audio booths we have to build on premise? And I'm going to show you 4 ways you can create content for your private podcast with stuff that you're already doing. So first and foremost, we just focus in on repurposing the content that you already have. This is by far the easiest way to onboard and on-ramp teams of folks who are already creating content in other areas and simply extracting the audio, quite literally extracting the MP3 file out of forms of content they have elsewhere and putting it into a podcast feed that they could listen to on a mobile app, to any device that takes podcasts. Zoom meetings, or insert your favorite video meeting tool that you use at your organizations. You can hit record in a Zoom meeting, and Zoom will actually export a MP3 file, for example. You can quite literally use those MP3 recordings as the audio being shipped to your podcast players. So if you were just looking at private podcasting as a utility to just open up your staff's calendars, this is a fantastic opportunity, because now they can simply listen to the Zoom meeting in their mobile device, on the go, and they can listen to it whenever they want. So if you're encouraging asynchronous learning, that's the reason why you're here. If you're encouraging that at your own firm, this is a fantastic way to say, hey, don't worry about making the meeting, or maybe I know you're jam-packed with other meetings. Just record that. We'll upload it to the feed, and then you can get it and listen to it at your own, your own leisure or in a certain time frame. It's also easy. I found scrubbing through audio is way easier than scrubbing through video. So if you're looking for moments in time, or you want to play it 2x or slow it down or find chapters or whatever, repurposing Zoom meetings, fantastic way to get out of that Zoom fatigue that a lot of folks are facing these days. And training videos. So again, this is where I was getting at before, where this could also be a supplementary thing, where you might have a library of training videos, but maybe you can extract 10 of those to actually be in audio format, and then have the other 2 as the visual aids that your team must use for training and education. This is a perfect way to extract the audio there and give it to new employees, or another thing that we found through our customers are cross-department education. So you might not need the whole enablement toolkit for the product team to hear what the sales team is doing, but you can pull these audio aids back and forth. Way easier to do it with audio, and to create that cross-department sort of education and awareness. And lastly, everyone's favorite are the quarterly or semi-annual town halls that your CEO or C-suite team might lead. And you can create mashups of the most important moments. So largely everyone's on those calls. They're larger events. They're video stream nowadays. They're 3 days long in some cases. And now you can just take the really important moments to throw into a podcast feed. Fantastic for folks who miss certain presentations or stand-ups or what have you. And a great way to archive it, so you can go back and quickly access or re-access the content. Town halls, another fantastic way, and one of the more popular ways that we see customers here at Castos use private podcasting. Or number 4 is to make your own show. This is, once you get those first 3, you start repurposing the content. Then you get excited. You're like, okay, this is fun. Like, now I see how it's all working. I see how people are consuming it. Now I want to be sort of my own radio DJ here. I want to create my own show. And there are no rules with podcasting. That's the most fantastic part about this audio stuff, is if you can craft something that's engaging and fun, then sort of everyone wins. You enjoy doing it, or your team enjoys doing it as a form of education and enablement, and your staff loves to listen to it. So this obviously would take a higher degree, a little bit more critical thinking, production value, et cetera, maybe some show writing, people who are responsible for that stuff. At Castos, we can help because we have a productions team that can help our customers. But the idea is, the sky's the limit. You can create audio experiences, that step-away experience, to educate and inform your organization however you see fit. Take a mashup of everything and do it once a month. Your Zoom meetings, your stand-ups, training, education, mix and match however you see fit. But you can make your own show, which is fantastic. if you're sitting back and listening to this presentation saying, okay, this all sounds pretty good, like thumbs up so far, I really want to do this, but I don't really know where to begin with the tool set to do a lot of this stuff. Never mind editing shows. How are we going to do that? Is that going to be easy to do? Well, the good news is yes, we do have some integration partners, most notably Descript, which is a fantastic tool for editing audio. You edit audio in text, so it transcribes the show or the audio file, and then you can just edit via text. Very easy, and it integrates directly to Castos. So when you're done editing, you just ship it right to your Castos podcast, and it publishes out to everybody. This really makes the editing side of a podcast super easy. And of course, we make the hosting side of a private podcast super easy for you. The two speak to each other, and it's an amazing world of audio publishing and editing when you use the two. Okay. What are your next steps? Is private audio the right medium for your asynchronous learning program? So far, we hope you think it is. It's a fantastic tool for getting those fast, quick wins with education. So when you evaluate your needs, simply ask, do we want a lightweight and effective experience? We realize that audio isn't the front runner for a lot of online education, and it can't be for certain restrictions, interactive quizzes, again, visual aids, that kind of thing. But you have to just ask yourself, do we want something lightweight and effective, or do we need something big and powerful, right? A whole curriculum, or will a lighter touch be just as effective? And that's really where private podcasting, audio most notably, really wins out. Do you want to create that step away experience? It's something that we love here at Castos. We use it ourselves to communicate with our teams, and you're encouraging your organization to learn on the move instead of being stuck at the desk. I mean, you really have to be bought into the asynchronous methodology or just remote work without taking so many meetings. And can we get this audio, this content out without having to be wall to wall with Zoom meetings in our calendars? And do you want something that's more fun and flexible? So at Castos, you can host as many private podcasts as you want. You can create as many private podcast channels as you want across the entire organization, through departments, through teams, individuals. You can create any kind of show that you want with audio. Again, using tools like Descript, it makes it really easy and fun. And again, flexible. So if you're doing new product enhancements or new product rollouts, or if you have an upcoming in-person seminar, you could have a show that is just about, the logistics of travel and the location and, the curriculum of what you're going to learn in person. Audio can be a great supplement to many of those experiences as well. So fun and flexible. Do you want this stuff? Do you want lightweight, fun, flexible, and something that creates a step away experience? Hopefully you do. If you want more information, about the step-away experience, about private podcasting, reach out to us, hello@castos.com. Go to castos.com and check it out. If you have any questions, we'll be more than happy to answer those for you. Thanks for watching today. Don't forget to check out the accompanying blog post that goes with this video. We'll link that up in the webinar and in the YouTube link after this video is published. Thanks for watching.